and I've seen a lot of change at Hulu over the last 5 years. When I joined in 2015, we were at about 10, 12 million subscribers. That was, we were very happy with that at the time, and it was a growing platform. And currently we're able to tout 30 million subscribers. That's 72 million ad-supported uniques. And we've seen a lot of growth over the last, really the last 18 months, largely due in part to partnerships like our Spotify partnership, Sprint, that's brought in a lot of new subscribers to our platform. Yeah, so when a new Hulu user signs up, they give us a little bit of information about themselves, their email address, first name, last name, and we collect all of that, and we're very fortunate to have that information because it allows us to do a lot of different, different mechanics for the advertising platform, both on the targeting side and on the measurement side. From targeting side, it makes sense. You can reach, males 18 to 34 all day if that's what you're looking for. On the measurement side, it allows us to use that person, connect that household really to some sort of conversion metric, whether that's you walking into a store, buying a product, really trying to connect it to all of the different touch points in which somebody might have potentially bought a product. I think the advancements that we're making over the last year or so, we've invested a lot into attribution measurement. In June of last year, 2019, we launched our first ever attribution capability, in-house attribution capability, which connects an advertiser's CRM data to our Hulu subscriber data. So if you're an advertiser and you collect your own CRM data and you're fortunate enough to have that, we can connect on first name, last name, email address, whatever, what have you, to show the efficacy of that, of the Hulu platform in driving conversions into your CRM database. And we're continuing to make advancements on that. We're building our own proprietary pixel. We're trying to bring in some other third-party data to really enrich the data set that we have. The challenge, that we have, or I should say, there's an opportunity to make it, the data that we already have stronger, is that, when you sign up for Hulu, it's one household. Alan has an account, but there may be 3 or 4 other people who are watching in that particular household. Right now we're targeting to Alan, but how can we start to really enrich the data set behind Alan to say there's 3 other people there, who are they, what are their interests, how can I better target them? So we've made some good progress with some of our measurement partners to sort of figure out all of the people who live in an addressable home, and now it's really up to us to sort of figure out how to better target them, potentially with lookalike segments or dayparting or devices, to really make sure that we're reaching the right person. So that's really what we're thinking about today. So the proprietary pixel that we're building will allow us to gather data that might not be fully at the end of a conversion. So you go to a web page and then you sign up for something that might live in an advertiser's CRM database, but what if you just went to that homepage, you started looking around, and then you didn't really know what it was, or you didn't want to buy the product? We still want to be able to measure that. We want to make sure that we're giving credit to the advertiser and the advertising in terms of actually driving somebody to the homepage. Whether they actually convert after allows us to have just more touch points to figure out how to get people further down the funnel. So this proprietary pixel would sort of live on that advertiser website and pull in information where CRM data might not otherwise be available.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have been doing some very innovative things around ad formats, like things like pause ads. How has that been received by advertisers? Are they looking at that? Is it generally sort of its own buy, or is it part of a bigger buy?
So right now, it's pretty early. Oh, sure, yeah. So we've been iterating on different ways of buying traditional media. Our hope at Hulu, and Peter Naylor, the head of ad sales at Hulu, says that by 2022 he wants 50% of our ad revenue to be driven by non-traditional formats, so non-15s and 30s. Really, the attempt is to make it non-disruptive for users, to make it a little bit more native into their viewing behavior. So we, sit on a lot of data and a lot of viewership data, and we started looking at what are those native behaviors that we're seeing that consumers are doing. And pausing was one of them. We saw in 1 month 1.2 billion pauses, which is a lot of pauses, but I don't know if that's a huge number or not, but a billion sounds like a lot. So we decided to sort of look into it and decide, and figure out, is there something that we can kind of monetize here? And, from some of our early beta testing, users love it. It's non-intrusive. It's very native to their viewing experience. You click pause, you get a little overlay, you see the Charmin bear, and it knows exactly where you're going, and you can resume your content without sort of seeing a interruptive 30-second ad. Another viewing behavior that we've kind of leaned in on is binge viewing. We all do it. I do it all the time. You do it. You do it behind the camera too. 50% of sessions on Hulu are in a binge format where there are 3+ more episodes of the same show. So we really wanted to lean in on that too, and now we're starting to come up with new ad formats that kind of play into the fact that we know that somebody's going to sit there for a while, and how can we incentivize them to continue to sit there? So by the 3rd episode, we might say, hey, you're probably getting hungry, maybe you want this snack, maybe we can get you a seamless coupon code or something like that, something to really talk to them exactly and how what their viewing behavior is.
So contextual, that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's almost like sequential advertising and contextual relevancy in one.